guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation review slash kind of my thoughts. I'll check in throughout the day, see how it wears, all that kind of stuff. Today we are going to be using the Covergirl Outlast Active Foundation. It claims to be a 24-hour foundation that doesn't clog your pores, that is great for all skin types, and it has broad spectrum SPF 20 in it, so it has that sunscreen built in. So we're gonna test all those claims today. I'm not gonna wear it for 24 hours, but I am gonna do my best to try and wear it for at least 10 to 12 hours and just check in and see how it wears throughout the day. Anyways, I hope you enjoy today's video. If you do, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get into the video. Our first step is going to be going in with the Covergirl Outlast Active, which has 24-hour, it claims to be a 24-hour sunscreen slash foundation. It says up to 24-hour wear that won't let you down. It's sweat-proof, transfer-proof, humidity-proof, oil-free so it won't clog pores, and it says it's suitable for all skin types. I ran across this on the Target website when they were having like a big sale on all their Covergirl stuff, and I thought it would be a good foundation to try out. I've never tried it. I'm gonna be outside. Today's Memorial Day. We're gonna be doing a barbecue, so I thought this will be a perfect time to try it out, kind of give you my feedback at the end of the day, how it lasts, if it really is 24-hour coverage. So let's go ahead and get into it. I am just going to take my flat top kabuki brush and kind of just squeeze. It is a squeezy tube. I'm gonna squeeze about that much on my brush, and I'm just gonna stipple that around. First impressions, it's a very thick consistency. It kind of does remind me of sunscreen. It's more like a lotion-y type feel. It's not very greasy or anything like that though. It doesn't really have like a bad finish to it. I'm gonna take these off so it doesn't like completely annoy you. These are my Alex and Ani bracelets and I absolutely love them, but they can be quite loud sometimes. So we'll take those off so you don't have to deal with that. I've had kind of a little bit of a cold all weekend. Either that or it's allergies, I can't really tell which. I'm just gonna go ahead and blend that in. It's starting to look pretty good. I would not call this foundation a full coverage foundation, although I don't think it claims to be full coverage. It just claims to be, you know, sweat proof, last throughout the day, all that kind of stuff. I do find in like my fine lines it is a little creasy. It's not bad, but it's not great. I can still see kind of like my veininess through here. My sunspots are a little bit poking out. I'm gonna go ahead and layer it up with another layer just to see if we can layer it up. I'm not going to put as much foundation on my brush this time, but I just want to see if it will layer up, and if it does, if it lays nicely, or if it's one of those things that maybe it doesn't lay so nicely and it makes me look really cakey, but we'll find out. And I'm just going to pat that on in a very like stippling motion. I find that is one of the easiest and best ways. So I do think that it's layering kind of nicely. It is looking a bit cakey. I think once I apply, you know, powder and concealer and all that stuff, it won't look quite so bad in that area. I'm gonna try using just my buffer brush to buff that in around my face and see if that helps. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better that way. I'm just gonna make sure I blend down my neck. I think this is as good as we're gonna get here. Okay, so first thoughts on the foundation itself. It's not bad coverage. It's not great coverage. It does look a little cakey. For my preference, I feel like there's some spots, especially around my nose, that look really bad. And that could just be because my face is so dry and I did not go in with a primer. I have a feeling this is gonna be one of those foundations that once it finally like sets and everything on your face, it's gonna look a lot better than when you first apply it. It does have kind of a satin sheeny finish to it. I think it's a pretty good shade match. However, I feel like once we get the rest of our face on, all that like cakiness kind of goes away a little bit. We'll see if that's the case. I'm gonna go in with my 16-hour Camo concealer by e.l.f. This is just in the shade, I believe, Bare Warm. I'm just gonna go under my eyes with that just a little bit. And all you need is just the teeniest amount of this product. It's very full coverage. I feel like it is a little bit light for me. However, once you blend it out and everything, it doesn't look too bad. But I think it'll kind of lighten up the cakiness of this foundation. I'm just gonna go in with my finger and really press that into the skin. I initially was drawn to this foundation because I thought if this is a good foundation, it might be a nice foundation to like travel with, or if you're going to the beach, or you know, you're going somewhere outside. It might be a nice one to have if you're a really active person in the summertime, or even just all the time. I thought it might be a good foundation to try just to see if it actually lives up to all those claims. I'm gonna go in with my Cover FX powder, and this is just in the shade Translucent Light. Tap off the excess. I'm just gonna go in. I swear to you, this powder literally will transform you. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, beautiful shade. So I don't know if you can see this, but it is starting to crease in my smile lines right here. And like I said, my nose has been so dry as of late. I think that's why it looks so great right now. Okay, now that we've gone in with our powder, I'm gonna do what I always do on a normal basis. I'm gonna go ahead and set my T-zone with the CoverGirl TruBlend pressed powder, just to give that extra coverage and also really make sure that it lasts all day. Give it a fair shot here. Okay, so overall thoughts for right now. I don't think it looks horrible. I do kind of feel like it looks a little bit cakey on the skin. It's not bad, but you can definitely see it settling in smile lines. I feel like you can see it around my nose. I don't know. I don't feel like it's a great looking foundation, but I think if you were like going to the beach or something, then maybe, you know, who cares? I do find that it's a little creasy up near my forehead, but let's go ahead. I'll get the rest of my face on and then kind of give you some thoughts, and also we'll start timing it and then we'll get into the video. Okay, so this is the finished look for today. I'll have everything linked down below, what I used and everything down in the description box. Overall thoughts, I don't think it looks that bad. It does look a little cakey around my nose, in between, you know, my brows and stuff. I think had I used a primer with it and really like hydrated my skin beforehand, I think it wouldn't look quite so dry, patchy kind of. Overall though, I think it is very beautiful. It has a really pretty finish to it. Like I said, it is kind of caking up in my smile lines, up in my forehead. It is currently 12:04. I will check in about every 2 hours. Just kind of, I'll take a picture, I'll kind of record it on my phone, and we'll upload all that into the video so you can kind of see, you know, my thoughts throughout the day, how it wears throughout the day, and we'll see if it really is 24-hour. I'm not gonna wear it for 24 hours, but I will wear it as long as I possibly can and give you guys the best update that I can at the very end of the day. Okay guys, it is 2 o'clock and I am just coming in for my check-in. This is 2 hours of wear. I feel like it looks pretty good. There's not a ton of creasing. However, it is looking kind of shiny in a few places, but I think that's generally just the type of foundation that it is. It didn't claim to be matte in any way, but if you look up close, there's really not a ton of creasing. There is a little bit in my smile lines here, but overall, I think we're looking pretty good. Here we are, check-in number 3 at 6 o'clock. I feel like we're doing pretty good here. It is still rubbed off my nose a little bit and off my chin. No oils peeking through or anything though. I feel like it's holding up pretty well for, you know, being outside in the wind and the cold. But yeah, I think we're looking pretty good. It's not too bad around my nose. But yeah, we'll check in at 8 and see how we're doing. Hey guys, it's 8 o'clock. I'm just checking in for another 2-hour update. At this point, I've had it on for 8 hours. I feel like it's still looking pretty good. It is settled into these lines, like I've said earlier, and it's really coming off my nose now. I don't know if you can see that, but my nose is completely bare on one side. Overall, I feel like the staying power is pretty good, and it has stayed on, like it said, pretty much all day. I don't feel like I've gotten sunburned at all. I've been out in the sun all day at a barbecue, so far so good. And I'm back. This is my final check-in. It is exactly 10:37, so I've had it on for almost 11 hours now. I feel like it's not looking horrible. I definitely had foundations that look a lot worse than this, but definitely in this general area, it has completely gone away. My nose is super patchy. It's kind of patchy up in here as well, but definitely around my nose and on my chin, it has pretty much rubbed off, and if it hasn't, then it just looks really patchy and not very cute. However, I do feel like it lasted pretty well throughout the day, and as you can see in the check-ins and stuff, you'll see how it starts to fade a little bit. There's not a lot of shine to my skin. There's no excess oils that are poking through, but overall, I feel like it did a pretty good job. It is kind of peeling up around my mouth area too. That could just be because I was at a barbecue and I ate lots of food, so, you know, that could be part of it. Overall, I would say I would give this probably like a 6 out of 10. I don't feel like it is a full coverage. I feel like it's more of a medium coverage. I can still see, especially right here, I have some veins poking through. My sunspots are poking through up here. And so I would put this at kind of a medium coverage. I feel, however, like it did protect me in the sun. Like I think when I take this off, I'm not gonna have any sunburns or anything from being outside all day. And I feel the makeup that I put on, like my bronzer, my blush, have stayed on. It didn't cling or be patchy or anything like that. So you can blend other products on top of this foundation. It's not my favorite foundation. However, if I was like going to the pool or going to the beach or something like that, I might just take it in my hands and slather it on my face as kind of like a tinted SPF. I think that would be a good use for it. Maybe throw it into my travel bag or something like that in case I am gonna be outside. Do I think this is 24-hour coverage? It's hard to say. I feel like it has stayed on my face pretty well. The only places it has come off is kind of this area right here. I probably would say that this does have a good long-lasting coverage. I don't think it would be like a 24-hour wear or even a 12-hour wear unless you're gonna be able to do some touch-ups here and there. But like I said, overall, I feel like it was a decent foundation. I don't think that there's enough cons that outweigh the pros, so that's why I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 and not something lower. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's foundation review. Let me know in the comments down below if you'd like me to do more of these types of videos. I would love to hear, you know, what foundations you want me to try, or even if it's not even a foundation, it can be like a concealer, or it can be, you know, an eyeshadow, whatever you want it to be. I would love to do that for you. Just let me know down in the comments below. Also, don't forget to like this video before you leave, and also subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys!